Hi all. Alright, so we got some more parts that came in. This is the original handle. I was trying to see if we could fix that, but it's pretty messed up. So I ended up just ordering a new one. I think I found, or used one, but found one that's actually pretty decent shape. I had to take this bolt off of this one because I was like, or took this bolt off of the old one because otherwise it won't match the bike. When I got this, I was like, this hole wasn't here, it was just full of dirt, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, uh-oh. How am I supposed to put, where is it? How am I supposed to put this piece? This is the kind of goes on the, hits the ground first. So I was like, luckily it was just dirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed and catch you here in a second. Alright, to install that handle, we got to get rid of this little retaining ring here. There we go. And put that over here so we don't lose it. And basically it just slides down. There's a little notch right here, and that sits right in there. There we go. Alright, and then this throttle is going to slide over there. There's this little pin here that needs to be, that'll stop the throttle from moving up and down, and that hole needs to line up to there. So I'm going to put this in the throttle first, otherwise the cables aren't long enough. There we go. And then we can put it right on top here. There we go. Alright, we're going to slide this down up a little bit more. Find that locating pin. Let's see. There, it's up a little bit further. Alright, yeah, it's there. It's just not wanting to go in there. Alright, well, in the meantime, we're gonna just tighten this bolt up, and that'll help this from moving on me. So, tighten that up here. Alright, we got the locator pin all squared away. We got this 12mm bolt tightened up. Let's put that retaining clip back on. This little guy. We said it just slips right over the top. And it clips into a little spot there. Alright, let's get the brake handle. This thing has seen better days, trust me. So the initial bracket right here, there's the other half. That is actually going to go, well, temporarily until I get that piece, but it did actually snap all the way, but it'll hold it for my application right now. I did have to bend these screws back. They were like bent up, and that one was bent down, so I put it in a thread thing, and then just took a hammer and bent it back. So now the threads are good. Only looks like the only top part was the bad part. So we'll get those tightened up. I think they're a little 10mm bolt. Or 8mm, sorry, correction, 8mm. And get that all squared away. be nice to not actually have to hold the throttle for once, or you know, hold the bracket and stuff. So there, that's tight. That top one is tight now. Okay, let's try having a little fun here. So let's see, where's the, yeah, so this is all the starter switch. This is taped to the kill switch right now, so it's basically, there's the start button. It's all supposed to sit inside this little housing, and I removed it just so we could start it and move it around and stuff like that. So let's go ahead, keys on, it's in neutral. Okay. Got life. Brakes work. Just realized I'm gonna have to buy. There's a bracket that sits underneath, down under here, that when you hit the brake, lets these two wires right here send a signal to the brake lights. So I'll have to order that part. I think it was like maybe $9 for a new sensor. On that, the headlight did come in, again used, but I'm not going to be able to put it in because the front cowl actually holds it in place. So, but I have tested it. The light does come on, so we're good there. Wiring for the loom is all good, so we'll get some more parts in here. I got a whole new throttle thing like this, and so it'll replace this whole thing, because you can't just buy the kill switch. When you need this, you need to buy the whole assembly, and the parts for replacing this cost more than a price of getting a used one of these. And the only thing you got to make sure is when you get this is that you make sure that it's got these two plugs, because then you know you're buying the right one. Make sure it's got all the wires too. Other than that, we're just waiting on some more parts, and I should be able to take this up and down the block. I mean, I could take it right now up and down the block. It just look really, really weird, but it would work. Alright, till next episode. Talk to you later. Bye. Alright, couldn't resist. Had to try out the new handle.